Hello Stampers, I have another bit more detailed project for you for the Urban Underground Suite Showcase. This is going to be part one of 2 videos for this project. We're going to make a pop-up box card. Now these are I absolutely love making these. I've been making these for months and months. They are amazing. You can do any design and it's a really nice gift to give to someone. They fold down flat so you can pop them in an envelope, and they stand on someone's shelf or desk, wherever they like to display it. So for the first part of the video I'm going to show you how to make the actual box, and for the second video we'll be decorating our box to look similar to this one. So let's get started. So I'm going to use some delightful Dijon A4 cardstock. I'm going to do these measurements in centimetres. I will convert them and put the conversion into inches on my blog. I was making these months ago where I didn't have a trimmer that had inches on it, so that's why that's the case with that. So I will convert them into inches for you and put those onto my blog. So don't worry about writing anything down. They'll all be on my blog for you. So I'm just going to get my trimmer. If you've got a scoreboard, that will probably be a lot easier. Alright, so we've got an A4 piece of card here, which is delightful Dijon. I'm going to put it at 7 centimetres and score. So I'm scoring at every 7 centimetres, so 7, and then it'll be 14, 21, and 28. So I'm hoping you can see there my score lines. So you've got 7 centimetres, and then this will become our tab later on. Then we're going to score our fold section. So this is going to be 9 centimetres. This end panel you don't want to score. So we're going to move our mark to line up there and then come across. So for this one, it will be these 3 panels only and the tab panel. Don't score across this. This is going to be your tall back piece that's going to stand up, so you don't want to score on there. If you do by mistake, it doesn't matter. We're going to be covering it with cardstock and DSP. You'll just get 2 little lines on the edges, but that's fine. These 3 panels are what you want to score across. Then we're going to go to 18 and score the full length, like so. So as you can see now, this is your end panel, these are your base boxes, and these will be the folds. Now you can leave these as they are. I like to cut them a little bit shorter because you then see the DSP that's underneath. If you have them the same length, it will look fine. You'll still see the DSP, but not as much. So I like to cut them a little bit shorter. So at 16, so that's 2 centimetres shorter, I'm just going to do a mark there. So this will be a 7 by 7 box. This will be a 7 by 9 box. This will be a 7 by 18 box, and then you've got a tab here. So this bit up here won't go to waste, you will still use them in a minute. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my scissors and cut. Now you can use your trimmer for this, but just to make sure I don't cut the wrong bit, I'm going to be using my scissors. And then we want to go all the way down to that fold line. And for this we're going to go to the inner score line and trim along. like so, and remove that. And then cut down each of these to that score line there. And this one, we're going to turn this into a tab, so we're going to slightly cut at an angle, and this bit here. This just keeps it tidier when you go to glue it together. So at the moment you'll have this shape, and what we're going to do is we're going to score and burnish all our folds. So we're going to bring this in and fold it over. These ones we're going to fold back and do the same thing. Okay. And then that's what you'll have. So now on the tab, this side, we're going to put some Tombow glue. If you've got fast fuse, you can use fast fuse. If you want to use snail, you can use snail. I'm just going to put a little bit, oops, a little bit too much, but a little bit of Tombow glue. Now, if you've noticed, I've not gone directly to the edge because it will spill out a little bit and you don't want it to go on the card. So what I've done, folding it over to the middle here and just bringing this piece over. And that should line up nicely. Just going to burnish that down. Just give it time to fuse together, as it were. And then I'm opening it up and just doing the same again inside. So now that'll be a box that you can fold either way. You can burnish the edges if you need to a bit more. And these will come down like so. So that is pretty much the base of the box. Now we need to add some little panels inside, which is going to be what you stick your kind of objects to, I guess. For this one we're going to be sticking the tools to it, but you can make this with like flowers for Mother's Day, you can do it with balloons, all sorts. I absolutely love these cards, any occasion. It's just an amazing gift. So this piece that I said we're going to be using later, we actually are. As you can see, this is already scored for where we need the panels. So we're going to bring this in. I'm going to take off that one. And you want it at about 2 centimetres on this score line. And the same on the other score line nearby. So 2 centimetres is normally enough. And again 2 centimetres in width. And 2 centimetres in width. So the only bits of scrap you'll have left are these 3 pieces here, which again, like these ones you can use for a sentiment if you're putting a sentiment on there. For this particular one, I just used the panel to cut out the bit for here and another bit for these. So, you know, you can use the most of an A4 piece of paper and have very little left over. Okay, so these are our 2 strips. On the score lines, we're just going to fold them and burnish them. Okay, bringing back our main box, and we're going to put Tombow on the insides of these. I like to use the wet glue for the insides because you will need to adjust it slightly. If you put fast fuse in, it might stick before you're actually in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this edge and butt it up to here, a little bit below the top here, and then I'm going to use my bone folder just to make sure that fuse is down. I'm liking that word fuse at the moment. Okay, so as you can see, this is butted up to the edge, and we're going to do the same with this side and butt it up to this one here. So Tombow glue on that, and then button it up to the edge, going a little bit lower and lining it up with this one, using our bone folder to really press that down. I'm trying to resist using the word fuse again. Okay, and that's what it will look like inside. And then just to make sure they're in place, we'll push it down that way, and we'll push it down this way, just to enforce them. And that is it. That is the base, the box, as you like to call it, of the card. And then all it takes is decorating it. Now I like to put some layers on to make it a bit more solid, but you can literally just put a layer of DSP on, decorate it up, and it will look fantastic. So that is the end of part 1. That is how to make the base of our card. Part 2 will be how I went about decorating it. As you can see, this is what it looks like in the end, and it's a lot more solid because I've put the layers on. So please join me for part 2 on how to decorate this pop-up box card. If you like this project, please give me a thumbs up. I hope it was helpful. Like I said, it does look daunting on how to make these, but it is really simple, and once you've made 1 or 2 of them, you can batch make them really easy. I've had pop-up cards coming out of my ears because they are just so fun to make. Please leave a comment with any questions, and I'll see you for part 2. Bye.